Selamat berjumpa kembali dalam program Standing Ovation. Saya Vivi Aleda Yahya dan kali ini kami hadir dari Mercu Buana. Melalui peringkat global PBB yang dirilis Maret lalu, Denmark kembali menjadi negara dengan indeks kebahagiaan tertinggi mengalahkan 157 negara lainnya. Antara lain ukurannya adalah pelayanan kesehatan yang berkualitas, yang gratis, kemudian pendidikan juga gratis. Bagaimana mereka mengelola, menangani warganya yang sudah lanjut usia dan juga untuk warga di sana yang masih mencari pekerjaan, belum mendapat pekerjaan, mereka juga diberikan tunjangan setiap tahunnya. Dan kali ini kami akan hadirkan tamu yang sangat istimewa. Ia dari Denmark dan akan bercerita lebih jauh bagaimana caranya, bagaimana rasanya hidup di negara yang paling berbahagia. Mari kita sama-sama sambut Yang Mulia Duta Besar Denmark untuk Indonesia, Casper Klynge. Lebih jauh tentang bagaimana sosok duta besar kita hari ini yang menjadi narasumber di Standing Ovation, kita akan saksikan tayangan berikut.
Hallo Indonesia, nama saya Casper Klynge, Duta Besar Denmark untuk Indonesia. Well, there are many things I love about Indonesia, and one thing is the 7,000 different islands that you can spend, I guess, more than a lifetime visiting. But I have to say, if I had to make one choice, I would say that the Flores and the Komodo National Park is perhaps my favorite place. I've been in Indonesia and here in Jakarta for a little more than 2 years. Yes. And if you ask me what the difference is between Denmark and Indonesia, I think the first one that comes to mind is the weather. We have nice summers sometimes, but they're also long and quite dark winters. So that's one of the differences and one of the reasons why I'm very happy to be here in Indonesia. But we think that we have a very strong partnership that we want to deepen even further. We want to boost our bilateral relationship in the next couple of years.
Mr. Ambassador, in the earlier video you said that you love the fact that Indonesia consists of many islands, but why Flores and also Komodo Island? What is so special about those islands?
Well, I think perhaps it was a trick question, because by just naming a couple of places, I know I've become very unpopular among people from other parts of Indonesia. But I think one thing that I love about Indonesia is indeed the islands. I come from a small country, but also an island country. So being able to move around and close to the sea, the proximity to the sea is something very important to us. And I think Flores and Komodo National Park are just very magic places where you're close to nature, a lot of biodiversity, and a fantastic place to spend a bit of time away from Jakarta.
Okay, the ambassador also said that there is so many things to love about our country, Indonesia. Please elaborate.
Well, I think one of the fantastic things, and I'm not saying this just because we have a room full of students here, but I think, you know, this is the future of Indonesia, the youth of Indonesia, university students, so many talented people that will build up Indonesia to an extent that Indonesia will actually realize its full potential. I think you are a global power, a very important country in the world. The world hasn't quite realized it yet. But I think with your generation, you will make a huge difference, not only for Indonesia, but also for the world. There are many, many things that I really enjoy by being here. It's also a humbling experience. I come from a country with 5.5 million people, so it's a little bit like Mega Kunigan, I guess. I'm in a country with almost 260 million people. So it's sort of an unbalanced relationship, but as I said on the video, we actually think that we can have a partnership that benefits both Indonesia and Denmark at the same time. And if we can play a small role in this, I think all of us at the Danish embassy, including myself, would be very proud and very happy.
Tepuk tangan dulu untuk Pak Duta Besar ya. Bagaimana perjalanan negara Denmark bisa masuk sebagai negara yang paling berbahagia di dunia begitu, dan apa yang bisa kita pelajari dari tayangan berikut? Mari kita saksikan tayangan berikut, pemirsa.
Tahun 2016, Denmark diklaim menjadi negara paling bahagia di dunia. Dan mengacu pada United Nations Happiness Report 2016, Denmark mengalahkan 156 negara lainnya dan menjadi negara dengan kesejahteraan tertinggi di dunia. Bagaimana tidak? Sebuah kesehatan dan pendidikan hingga jenjang perguruan tinggi gratis. Pendidikan ditunjang dengan fasilitas yang memadai, sehingga para pelajar siap menghadapi tantangan kerja saat lulus dari jenjang pendidikan. Bahkan mereka yang kurang beruntung dan tidak memiliki pekerjaan mendapatkan manfaat tersendiri dan langsung diurus oleh negara. Tidak hanya itu, Denmark juga memiliki sistem kerja yang sangat singkat dengan bayaran yang sangat menggiurkan. Rata-rata pekerja Denmark hanya bekerja kurang dari 35 jam per minggu atau kurang dari 7 jam per hari dengan upah minimum $20 per jam bekerja. Denmark juga menjadi negara dengan tingkat polusi paling minim di dunia. Banyaknya penghijauan dan penggunaan sepeda oleh para pekerja membuat negara ini sangat minim polusi. Mereka lebih memilih menggunakan sepeda dibandingkan kendaraan bermotor. Melihat banyaknya hal positif tersebut, tak heran bila Denmark dapat tersenyum bahagia.
You're the guy with the case full of monsters, huh? That can get you killed, Mr. Scavenger.
Fantastic beasts and where to find them.
Nasdem, 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 cipta demokrasi yang adil, membangun negeri dengan Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, junjung tinggi Pancasila. Nasdem, 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 adil, makmur dan sejahtera, itulah arah bangsa masa depan gemilang, Indonesia jaya. Nasdem, 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 adil, makmur dan sejahtera, itulah arah bangsa masa depan gemilang, Indonesia jaya.
Saya Suciwati, Ibu Alif dan Diva, istri Munir. Saya masih mencari pembunuh suami dan ayah anak-anak saya.
Apakah benar hilang atau tidak atau belum ditemukan, sebagian ini menjadi semacam komoditas politik juga.
Ada yang disembunyikan chipnya Polikarpus, itu yang menunjukkan bagaimana Poli, Mukdi, dan berbagai perangkat di Badan Intelijen Negara membunuh Munir.
NSI, Jalan Gelap Kasus Munir, besok jam 8 malam.
One of the questions initially was, why is Denmark a place where people are very happy? And I don't think I have the full answer to that question, but let me give you a few reasons why I think the Danish people are quite happy. One of the things that is very important to Denmark are some of our key values. A very strong belief in democracy, a very strong belief in equal opportunities, a very strong belief in gender equality, and a very, very strong belief in institutions that you can have trust and confidence in. So in other words, accountability. As was said in some of the videos, Denmark is also a place where we have a welfare state, which basically means that education or healthcare is free of charge. Might not be completely free of charge because we have high levels of taxes as well. But there is no difference between the healthcare I get and the healthcare my colleagues, some of them are here today, are getting. There are no difference between rich and poor. We have same access to education, same access to healthcare systems. And I think that combined with security, those are perhaps some of the reasons why Denmark comes on top of some of these happiness assessment and happiness indexes. I don't know whether that is all the reasons behind it, but I think those are certainly behind Denmark's placement in one of those. I think also the fight against corruption, if you look at Transparency International's corruption perception index, Denmark very often comes out at the very top as number 1, because we have very little corruption in Denmark. And again, I think that increases the trust in institutions, the government, the police, you know, the legal system, the courts, etc. And I think that also gives the Danish people a lot of confidence that they have equal opportunities. Let me turn to another area, and it is, what are we doing here in Indonesia? Again, we are a very, very small country, quite far away. To be precise, 11,000 kilometers, or almost 24 hours of traveling, depending on what way you go. And I very often get the question from Indonesian friends and partners, why are you here? What is it that you expect to get out of the partnership with Indonesia? And to be very honest with you, we want to build a very, very strong and even stronger partnership with Indonesia for a number of reasons. I mentioned one of them before. Indonesia is a rising star internationally. You are the world's 4th largest country. You have the 3rd largest democracy. You've gone through a fantastic transition to democracy that deserves a huge amount of respect. I think also in these days where there is conflict around the world, often in the name of religion, I think Indonesia has so much to offer in terms of tolerance, interreligious faith. Those are important values that we can learn a lot from in Europe and also in Denmark. We also think that even though we are a small country, that we have something to offer to Indonesia as well. We have partnerships in a number of areas. I want to mention a couple of them here today. We have been here with our development program for many, many years. We're focusing on good governance in one area, and then we're focusing on environmental, climate, and energy questions, where we're trying to find new, innovative ways of creating more energy to Indonesia or to solve some of the challenges with environmental threats to Indonesia. We also do something new, which is a government-to-government cooperation in the area of energy. And I just want to give you a little bit of information on why I think this tool in many ways is the diplomatic tool of the 21st century. Because what we're doing together with Indonesia is to say, you need to build a lot of energy here, 35,000 megawatts of new energy to be precise. You want 23% of that to be renewable energy, green energy. If we can help making available to Indonesia